What is up, everyone? Barricade here, and I'm bringing you guys another episode of Gears of War lore. Today, I'm going to be talking about one major character that's been with us since the beginning of the series, and that is Anya. She's obviously the main female character throughout the whole series, being all the way back since Gears of War 1, and all being a major help to Delta Squad, and just overall being an amazing character. I've never disliked Anya whatsoever. I've always liked her from when she was just a person working in the CIC, which stands for Combat Information Center for those who don't know. And then when she finally evolved into a true gear and fought alongside Delta Squad, which was really amazing to see her do in the series. And to start us off here, Anya grew up with her mother and pretty much was a single child with a single parent. She never knew anything too much about her father or anything like that, only that he basically just walked out on them. And then later on, she grew up to become a major part in the COG alongside her mother. The only difference was that her mother was actually a frontline soldier, whereas Anya worked in the CIC. And the thing that's actually really interesting about the mother, I'll actually speak about her a little bit in this lore as well, is that she, Helena Stroud, by the way, not only worked with Adam Phoenix while they were growing up and basically was one of Adam's most trusted comrades, she also trained Marcus and helped him become the soldier that he is today. And I think that's also really interesting about Helena Stroud, is she's obviously the person that pretty much caused Marcus and Anya to be introduced. One of the major points in the series was Asphalt Fields, the I believe the operation was called Operation Leveler, pretty much them trying to steal the blueprints of the Hammer of Dawn and pretty much turn the tide of the war against the UIR. And during this operation, before it even began, actually, she brought Anya and other CIC agents in front of the squad that Helena was basically operating with, and she basically taught them that, yeah, you are a major part of this army, but just know that what they do is on a completely different level, and please appreciate that. That's basically what she did. She gave them like a speech telling the other CIC agents, including Anya, that, respect these guys. They work really hard for us. And while she was doing that, Marcus was one of the soldiers that was standing in front of them, and that's pretty much how Anya and Marcus met. And they pretty much had like an instant click right there. They basically liked each other from that point forward. And ever since then, they became really close and pretty much became best of friends. But the thing that was really interesting and pretty sad also about the Operation Leveler on Asphalt Fields, that's actually when Helena died. The major part that basically caused her death, that was pretty insane, was that they were being pinned down by anti-air vehicles. They basically stole the blueprints and were trying to escape, and they couldn't get away due to these anti-air vehicles because the Ravens that would try to save them would easily be shot down. There was really nothing that they could do. And what she decided to do was she asked one of these soldiers if they had like some missiles or anything like that, and they had like two, and she ordered the soldier to try to take it out, but unfortunately it didn't work, and both vehicles that were knocking down any type of air support were still standing. I believe it was like two anti-air vehicles, and what she decided to do instead was to try to take them out on foot. So she actually took a bunch of grenades with her and tried to take them out, and what she did was she snuck up behind one of them and landed on top of them, and then she opened up the hatch and dropped a grenade on it. And this kind of like pissed me off because it was like a sad death, but it was also kind of a stupid death in my opinion. Because pretty much what happened is she jumps on the anti-air vehicle, drops the grenades in the hatch, like I said already, and then when she tries to jump off, the belt that she has that has all the grenades on it gets stuck on one of the like things that are hanging on the tank. Like she basically gets caught on the tank, and she's basically hanging off the ground trying to free herself, and she can't. She's stuck. She's just basically dangling, and she's just stuck there trying to free herself with her knife, and the grenades that she dropped into that anti-air vehicle explodes and killing the person and destroying the anti-air vehicle, but also killing her and blowing her body to bits. So she basically did take out one of the anti-air vehicles, but she accidentally killed herself in the process. And it was just kind of like really sad because before she even went out to even attempt this, she actually told Anya that she was very proud of her. That she told her that, I'm very proud of you for what you're doing. You're a very helpful gear, and pretty much just being a great mother at that point. And it was actually a very major point for her to say something like that because she was always a very hardened gear, a very strict mother, and she was never too emotionally responsive. But to her to basically tell Anya, I'm very proud of you, I love you, was actually pretty, crazy for her character. And then Anya tells her the same thing, I'm proud of you, mom, I love you too, yada yada. And then that pretty much happens right before she accidentally gets herself killed. And then actually another major point is before she dies, she actually tells Bernadette that if something happens to me, I want you to train her and take care of her and make sure she knows how to defend herself. And after Helena died, actually Bernadette took over that group, took over that unit, and basically taught Marcus and all of them how to become soldiers as well. That's another part of Bernadette's lore, I guess, for a little bit. But anyways, back to Anya. After all of this, this led into Emergence Day and everything like that, and Anya still continued her job in the CIC, helping Delta Squad and, keeping them informed about anything and giving them information on how to defeat enemies, etc., etc. And then after Gears of War 2, there's actually one part that happened before the major arc that happened in the second comic. In the second comic, I actually talked about it with Alex Brand's story, so you can go ahead and look into that lore if you want to. But pretty much during that time frame of Alex Brand's story, there's a part where Marcus and Anya are just trying to chill at a bar, and they're just having a good time, drinking, talking about whatever, and then these two idiots come up to them and basically try to hit on Anya and acting really stupid and perverted and talking shit to Marcus, and then Marcus gets up to fight them, and the thing that's funny is Anya actually freaking sticks one of those guys in the face, knocks him on his ass, and then they all start fighting or whatever, and they both basically beat the shit out of those guys. And even at that point, even then, Anya was pretty much a badass. Like, yeah, she was a CIC agent who just sat there and talked on the, thing and helped them get information, but she was never weak. She was never like a weakling or a coward. She was always pretty badass. And then after the Gears of War 2, when the city was sinking, she was escaping, and then she actually pulled one of her first kills against a locust where they were completely ambushed by a drone, and she just happened to pull out her pistol at like lightning speed and headshotted it like a pro. And it was just freaking cool how she just did that. And then ever since then, she just pretty much led herself into becoming a gear that helped, fight on the front lines. After Gears of War 2 and before Gears of War 3, they were pretty much really stranded and starting to become more uncivilized. And yeah, she still did her CIC stuff, but after fighting Locust for so long, she was basically getting tired of it and wanted to be a part of what they were doing. She was tired of being just a person that talked on, the radio or whatever. And one day they were being attacked by a bunch of locusts, and she actually decided, this is my time. So she actually grabbed the Lancer, and Bernadette was like, do you even know how to use that? And she's like, yes, I do, actually, because every year she basically would have to retrain herself with the Lancer to be qualified to be a CIC agent, I guess, like as a precautionary step. And she became really good with the Lancer, and she actually jumped on a truck and basically gave them cover fire while she was helping Delta Squad take on a bunch of locusts. Yeah, she wasn't exactly on the front line quite yet because she was still like riding around a truck at a distance, just providing cover fire. But the thing that was really cool is that this was something that she's never done before. So everyone was really like proud and amazed with her. Bernadette was proud of her, everyone else was. And pretty much from then on, she pretty much became a frontline gear, and that's why in Gears of War 3, we pretty much see her kicking ass, fighting locusts, chainsawing, curb stomping, etc., etc., and no longer this simple pretty girl that sat at a desk and just gave information. And that's the one thing I really liked about Anya, because she really evolved. Honestly, I think out of all the Gears of War characters, she was actually the one that evolved the most. In Gears of War 1, we didn't really see too much of her, and she was really scared, like in Ultimate Edition, when that guy got sniped, and she was really scared, like, we gotta leave. And then in Gears of War 2, we didn't really get to hear too much from her either. But then out of nowhere in Gears of War 3, she's a freaking grub chainsawing, curb stomping beast that just pretty much fought alongside of them. She got to witness pretty much the end of the whole war and fought alongside Marcus and them and helped them take down the Queen, which is just really amazing to see someone so simple be able to do all of that. But anyways, guys, if you guys like this video, please definitely hit that like button, subscribe, and tell me what you guys think about Anya Stroud. She's an amazing character, and I'm really glad that we got to see her evolve. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and take it easy. Thanks for watching this video. If you want to see my most recent Gears of War video, hit that link on the left. If you want to see my most recent Dragon Ball video, hit that link on the right. Thanks for watching, guys.